Hi guys, I'm Lori Shaw with Renaissance Periodization, and today we're gonna make a skillet quinola. So it's a granola, but it's made with quinoa instead of your traditional oats. And I get to play with this super cool machine. This is the Revolution by Wonder Mix. It's made by the company Wonder Mill. And so this is a mixer. So it has a mixer bowl, it has a blender attachment, and then you can turn it on its side and attach this super cool grain mill to the top. So it's really fun to play with. My kids love pouring stuff into it, as long as I make sure that I know what they're doing. But you can take oat groats. That's the most popular thing that you would flake. It would be oat groats, and then you run it through, and then it looks like rolled oats that you buy in the grocery store. But hopefully there's a lot more in the nutritional content intact, the flavor's fresher because you just rolled it. So I didn't want to do rolled oats because I figured that was sort of expected. So I decided I would roll quinoa instead. So quinoa is, this tiny little grain, and it is pretty crunchy. It's pretty hard. So the other thing that helps with flaking grains is to soak them in a tiny bit of water overnight. So I took this little container, there's a half a cup of quinoa in here and a half of a teaspoon of water. And so it's not very much, and you just kind of shake it around in there. It doesn't look like there's any liquid in it at all, but that's all it takes to soften it just enough that it rolls a lot better. You can roll it while it's in that hard state, but it rolls a lot better and sort of fluffier if you soak it a little bit overnight. So I have done that. I'm gonna open it up now. I'm gonna turn on the flaker to the second position here. And then we're just gonna add this in. And that's all you do, is run it through that grain mill. And what it does is it sort of like cracks open whatever you run through it and sort of flattens it. So, I would not think about eating quinoa as a cereal with milk on it when it's those tiny little hard grains. I just couldn't envision doing that. But now it's like super flaky and light. I mean, you could, put this in a trail mix. You could just eat this, just with milk like a cereal. So it really changes the texture of it. So we are gonna use this and make quinola. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the heat here. And I'm gonna add in date syrup and date sugar. And we're gonna bring this up to a boil. So we're just gonna stir this together. You wanna keep stirring it because it will burn. Turn the heat down a little bit. And then pull it off the heat and add in baking soda. Stir that in. And it's gonna like foam up. Totally changes the color of it. Foams up, gets a lot more volume to it. And then we're gonna add that right in. And then just start mixing it. We'll go ahead and put this on a parchment lined sheet. And just kind of spread it out. And this is when you're gonna add your dry roasted edamame. So this is the protein. So we're making some granola that has protein in it with the beans. And it adds crunch, and they're salted, so there's salt in there. And just kind of mix it in. Spread it out really well. And that's all we have to do. And it is going to just dry on its own. And then we'll break it into chunks. I'm gonna sprinkle some cinnamon on here and some salt. And that's it. Just let it cool.